Hey everyone, Brodie here. Welcome to another virtual sky tour. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush right now. I just saw that an asteroid is heading for the Earth. I gotta warn someone. But do we really need to be worried?
I mean, it seems like every other day there's a brand new article saying that an asteroid is going to slam into the Earth. It's always something that's circulating. So much so that June 30th is now officially Asteroid Day, a day to raise awareness about asteroids. But do we really need to be worried about asteroids? Well, for starters, what even is an asteroid? The easiest way to think about it is to basically think of an asteroid as a big rock in space. They're thought to be remnants from the early days of our solar system when it was still forming. And they can certainly vary in size. They can vary from just a couple of feet to a couple of miles across. So each one is just a little different. Now, anything bigger or smaller than that are classified differently. Now, where exactly are asteroids? Everywhere. They are all over the place in our solar system. In fact, if you take a look at NASA and JPL's Eyes on Asteroids map, you can see that they are abundant. Now, in total, there are around 1.4 million known asteroids, but that number is probably going to go up as we learn more and discover more. And there are plenty of different places where asteroids can cluster together, but probably the most famous one that you might know about already, is our own asteroid belt. The asteroid belt lies in between Mars and Jupiter and houses tons of different asteroids. It also serves as a barrier between the inner planets of our solar system and the outer planets. So obviously, asteroids aren't going anywhere anytime soon. They have been and will be everywhere in our solar system. You might think we're lucky to have never been hit by one, but the Earth has been hit a couple of times by asteroids. Probably the most famous one is the asteroid that hit the dinosaurs, the Chicxulub impactor. More recently, though, there was the Tunguska Event. This occurred on June 30th, 1908 in Siberia. On this day, an asteroid around 200 feet wide exploded in the atmosphere, creating a blast that flattened over 830 square miles of land, devastating the local wildlife.
Now that sounds bad, and frankly, it is. A blast that size could destroy a city. I mean, this is all really frightening, but I just don't know what to do. I mean, if only we could just say, talk to someone who works at NASA to maybe learn more and hopefully put our minds at ease. So that's exactly what I did. Would you care to introduce yourself?
My name is Rob Landis. I'm a program officer for NASA headquarters Planetary Defense Coordination Office. I've worked for NASA in a variety of roles, initially as a contractor and the last 20 plus years as a NASA civil servant. But my passion lies in methods and ideas regarding planetary defense.
I first met Mr. Landis through our planetarium manager, Liz. We sat down and chatted about asteroids and planetary defense. If anyone can help us determine if this asteroid is a threat, it's him. I guess the first thing to ask is, where do asteroids actually come from?
Well, the reservoir for them is likely the inner part of the main belt of asteroids. Jupiter, probably a little bit of Saturn plays a role. Jupiter causes collisions in the inner part of the main belt that can drive these things inward and dynamically evolve. Motion evolved, that dynamically evolved due to collision events and so on into the inner solar system. And those are the ones that we are concerned about that may pose a potential hazard to the Earth.
But what about things like meteors?
And most meteors, and we see a meteor shower, it's just really something like the grains of sand or something. But every so often, things are a bit chunkier, the size of a table, the size of a room, the size of a house, every so often. And you don't want those things to be misinterpreted.
Now, when you say that asteroids are close, what do you mean by close?
I say very close. It's astronomically speaking, very close. It's within 1.3 astronomical units, about 30 million miles or so, of Earth's orbit about the sun. So in reality, even though I say they come close, they don't come that close at all until they come really close. And then they're called potentially hazardous asteroids. And those are the ones that are within, on the order of 5 million miles of the Earth, which in celestial terms, in the celestial game of billiards, that's close. And Apophis is an example of one that will give us a close shave in a few years. And on April 13th, 2029, it'll come below the geosynchronous belt of satellites and shine at about third magnitude. Still be naked eye visible. The best viewing will be over the Mediterranean, but it will be naked eye visible for a brief time.
I guess the most important thing to ask is, how worried do we really need to be?
I sleep very well at night. It's a low probability event, but it's also an event of high consequence. I look at planetary defense and completing the asteroid survey, the Near Earth Asteroid Survey, is having an insurance policy. So we know what we might be up against, whether we have a decade, 2 decades, or 5 decades to plan for something, whether it's our generation that has to do it or the next generation that has to do it.
Well, that's a relief. It sounds like we don't really need to worry about this asteroid passing by. Speaking of which, I think it should be getting pretty close by now. Let's check up on it. Oh, well, turns out that asteroid was actually a piece of dust on the lens. Guess I didn't really need to worry about it and jump to conclusions. I should probably get that computer recalibrated. But hopefully you've learned a little bit more about asteroids today. I certainly have. And thank you so much to our guest, Rob Landis, for stopping by and telling us a little more about those objects in the sky, as well as planetary defense. And certainly, if you would like to learn more about asteroids, the planetarium and the observatory are open here at the South Carolina State Museum. You can head to our website, scmuseum.org, for show schedules, as well as just to see everything else that we have to offer. And of course, don't forget to like and comment and follow our page. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.